I think what's happened is this: because the property's changed hands, some electricians may have been in there to test power, and they've just thrown an on switch. Because the clock is simply an electric light, in effect, someone's turned the power on in the silos, the clock's gone on.
Could a miscreant have got in there, a trespasser, and just turned it on?
I suppose anyone with access, as long as they know where the power supplies are, could turn the power on.
One scenario under which this thing has mysteriously started up is the basis that someone, maybe from the owners, has walked in on the ground level to have a look at, because they're going to develop it as an apartment, turned the switch on and not realise that switch also turned on the sign.
Exactly.
Wow.
And depending upon, you see, if they had a look and walked out in the afternoon on the north side of the clock and looked up, they wouldn't even be able to see the globes are on.
Right.
Because that was the problem with it, that it faces the sun, and so the LEDs are not visible in the afternoon. The last time I was on the Nylex clock physically myself was about 40 years ago with my father. But back in 2002, Nylex contacted us to give a report on the clock, because at that time, contrary to popular belief, Nylex didn't own the clock. The clock belonged to a signage company, and they were leasing it. However, because of maintenance work that was required, the signage company had got into financial trouble. Someone else was grabbing control of the asset, the clock, so Nylex wanted to buy it. One of my staff went up there, had a look at it, and basically came back and said, look, the clock itself works as a clock, but the thing's ready to fall off the top of the silos. So we spoke to Nylex and suggested that it's a structural engineering job. They then brought in some engineering companies and signage companies to look at it. Nylex did acquire the clock, and they spent a lot of money. Unfortunately, they were persuaded by whoever it was that did it for them to change the old original globes into LEDs.